Last year, going into the winter season, I was lucky enough to be living in California, and I had a lot of time to go out and be in beautiful weather like it is today. Like this, it was like this all the time. So I went out to the field a lot. And my sidearm used to be, I took something very overstable and I threw it as hard as I could, and it went about 315. And it went right. That was all I needed to do. That's all I thought I needed it to do. But ever since I've incorporated working on more of a sidearm and working other discs, I've learned to add an element of my game that I didn't have before. And a sidearm is great because you never lose sight of your target. With a backhand drive, you're having to rely on your peripherals and your body and your feet to hit your line, where in a sidearm, you're seeing it the whole way and you can hit your line pretty comfortably. At least that's how I feel. And maybe you guys agree, maybe you don't. Sidearms are very comfortable. So one thing I suggest is field work and using the most understable disc in your bag. This is the Westside Discs Underworld. I use this mainly for backhand rollers. But I love to sidearm flippy stuff because what you can do is I can say, I'm gonna go with less effort now than I used to and just let the disc go. But I allowed the disc to work. So what I suggest is take something flippy from your bag as you're walking around, as you're in the field, sidearm. Don't roll your wrist. Build from the bottom up. So throw slow, nice and smooth, and see if you can get the disc to hyzer out. After you've done that, throw a little bit more power. And so start 20%. And then build your way up to where you can start throwing things at 100%, keeping it on a hyzer and it stands up. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't, keep your overstable discs like a Felon or a Justice or any other discs from other companies in your bag for those overstable shots, because yes, I still throw those types of sidearms, but I tend to try and not to. Because every time I throw those, I feel like I'm throwing my arm into the disc. So if I have to play 36 holes in a day for a disc golf tournament, think about how if I had to throw 12 super hard sidearms, by that 12th one and by that last hole when I'm putting, my arm and my body are going to be more tired than just throwing a nice and smooth little sidearm. So that's why I suggest learning to use other discs, manipulate the discs to do exactly what you want them to do. So build up. The one thing I also talk about when throwing those types of sidearms is you want to come low. Staying low, if you can put it on a hyzer, if you have a disc that's going to stay straight, similar to a Latitude 64 Culverin. I love these because I can throw this really hard, nice and flat, and it'll carry straight and then finish. So there are times when you need that shot and you just need to focus on putting it on your line. So make sure you work it in, but staying low, coming through here. If you watch Sarah Hokum, Jeremy Colling, Nate Sexton, 3 of the best sidearm players in the world, if not the best sidearm players in the world, they all come very low. You don't see people throwing from up here. That's gonna ruin your shoulder. And you pulling over the top is gonna mess up your wrist and your elbow. So save your body, come a little bit lower and keep the disc on a hyzer. And you can, like I said, you can start to build more power into them and pull the disc and let them go a lot farther. Yep. Or you hit trees and that's always fun too. But, so with the sidearm, I always focus on not rolling my wrist. That's the hardest thing to do because it is so natural of an athletic motion to roll your wrist. And maybe your sidearm already has taught you to roll your wrist, which is fine, but it takes time to build in the field and then on the course. So work on that. That's some things I suggest, because you are going to save your body and your arm, and you're going to feel better about what you do, and you're going to learn disc, and you're going to be able to throw shots that you didn't have before.